Greetings Internet, welcome to Aaron Plays. This is a short video doing the last part of June the 7th turn, which will be the evening refit phase and the night regroup phase, ready for the start of the 8th of June. So the refits is first of all done by the Germans, and because there was lousy weather or overcast weather, they will actually get some additional supplies. Okay, so the supply consequences are: for every 3 impulses or fraction thereof of overcast weather on a clear day, each German depot is worth 1 additional supply point. Now there was 6 impulses of overcast weather, so each of the German depots are actually worth 7 supply rather than the 5. So you get the 5 that's written on the counter in standard, but they get an additional 2 because there was 6 impulses of overcast weather. So where to actually spend this supply? Well, there's a lot of places. Let's get these dice out of the way. I think we'll definitely be putting probably 1 or 2 in Caen. Get the name of the town right in a minute. Okay, so these can be placed in contested areas. Okay, so these are worth 7 each. So to recover these, 1 step will cost 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That removes the disrupt 1. 11, 12. And take that to disrupt 1. 13, 14. And he'll stay on disrupt 2. Okay. But that's 2 depots out of 6. Right. I think we'll place 1 here. So that'll cost, you're not seeing that on the camera, so place 1 there. So that'll cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it costs an additional 1 because it's not in the same area as the depot. 4, 5. 6, 7. Actually, no, we'll do the fleck. 6, 7. That's 3 already. Okay. We need to do something around here as well. So that's 7 there. So again, that's 1. 2, 3. 4, 5. 6, 7. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. We haven't even gone over to the Continental Peninsula. Alright, let's have a look what we've got going on over here, supply-wise. See now I was a little bit reluctant. One, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. And the last one, dear, oh dear, oh dear. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't go very far, does it? Okay, so now it's the allied supply. Alright, so we're going to start with Utah. Bringing in 10 supply. We could do the air supply first, actually. We'll bring it in here. So we need a 7. Air is contested, so +2. There's only one unit that needs it. Yeah, there's only one unit that needs it. Was a 4 + 2 is 6. Needed a 7, so the air supply isn't forthcoming. Alright, so 10 supply here. We've got quite a few units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 units requiring flipping there, where it's one cost of 1 of each in the area. And this disrupted unit costs another 2. Okay, so nothing going into the depot from Utah. Not sure how to pronounce that. This lot landing at Omaha, 20 points worth of supply. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units being flipped there. And then these ones cost 3 each to remove that disrupt one. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that's them all. 13. That means 7 goes through. 0, 1, 2, so they're on 9 supply now. And 2 are gone. Then we've got onto gold. We've got 10. Now that can be brought into here. In actual fact, it could be brought even into bio. Allied control, so we'll bring it in here. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1 left over. Right, then Juno, we brought into maximum here, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 point left over. That gives them the 10 they require. Oh, I'll just leave that on the board at the moment. And the last one's sword. So that'll be 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 to flip those over. And 1 to flip the artillery. As we've seen, the artillery was most effective. 9, leaving 1 left over. And that is a supply, or the refit phase. So the Allies have now got 10 on here, which they will use up to move the turn impulse track ready for the 8th June to A. And the Germans have only got 3 supply, so they can't really contest it. Okay, so let's remove the supply markers for the turn. 4, 5, 6 German ones, 3, yeah, 6, and then the 6 Allied. Right, well, as you can see, it is definitely a battle of supply. Supply and bridges, one way of looking at it, because the Allies again pretty much fully restored, whereas there's a lot of spent German units on the board before we even begin the June the 8th turn. So then over to the last phase, which is the night regroup, again, which the Germans do first, and this can only be from or into free areas. So all units may move into an adjacent free area regardless of their status. So they can pull out. Well, the Germans ain't going to pull out of Caen, but the key point with the Allies now being in Caen, the Germans can't free regroup into there now. Doesn't help them at all. So, and again, they can't free regroup into Melville. So there's nothing they can really well, these guys can, the layer can move up. Into the areas. I think this one's going to need to crawl across there, and this one's going to have to move into there. It's very, very weak. I think the Germans are going to need to fall back in and around here. To at least get some, they've got no fresh units, but at least get a decent terrain effects modifier on themselves. I think we need at least one fresh unit. Let's put the unit of the 352nd in here. Yeah. Give it some core artillery. It's fresh. They can try and hold there if necessary. Yeah, just moving generally around the board, moving units up, in and around. Can leave a contested area, so let's move one unit from the 91st out of there. Move the armour to the bridge, infantry and flak unit there. Move a fresh flak unit into here. Try and get the 91st together. I think that's the best the Germans are going to be able to do. It doesn't look too rosy on the Khan front. Only 2 fresh units. Right, the Americans. Well, they can't move here because this is a contested area. They could move back, but they don't really want to move back. Omaha looks pretty secure, so they're okay there. Right, what's an American flag doing here? Okay. Do they want, or do they need? That's the 3rd Canadian. I think let's just keep that firmly under Allied control. 50th, where's 50th? That's there, move its artillery up. Keep the unit independent brigade over there. Could pull back 1 para unit back over to this side to try and recover next time. Yeah, I think that's the Allied regroup phase done as well. So that pretty much finishes the 7th of June. So, or Breakout Normandy. Well, my thoughts are, wow, the Germans have taken a bit of a pasting so far. Dice haven't gone their way, admittedly. I don't know if I'm playing something wrong with the Germans. It just seems a bit of a hard struggle, but then again, I suppose it's meant to be. I mean, it's a long time since I played this. At the same time that I was playing this, I was also playing The Longest Day, and the Germans did always struggle to get an offensive going in that game as well as this one, by the looks of it. I mean, the Germans really haven't made an attack yet. They do have a lot more reinforcements coming in. They need them. They've taken quite a lot of losses so far, and as you can see on the front, when we looked at it, the Allies look pretty fresh, whereas the Germans got quite a lot of spent units on the board, and that will only get worse until they get some more reinforcements and the weather changes. So, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Retouching with this game, I'll do the 8th of June as the next one. I intend to go right the way through. I am recording these videos before the actual dates, but I'm going to release them on the dates. So this video will be coming out on the 7th of June, and the 8th of June will be coming out on the 8th, and so on. But yeah, it's been fun for me. From a solo, it does play well solo. I'm never quite sure how long the turn's going to be, what they can do. I mean, there's the obvious, I know what they're going to do, so therefore problems, but I'm trying to play each side as best I can. I seem to be playing better as the Allies, and especially with the dice helping them. It's swings and roundabouts on that one. The Germans, I always felt, and I'm thinking back now, it was always a tough hoe. You know, it was hard work for them, and that is represented in this quite nicely. What I also like about it is the game hasn't got a big footprint. I mean, it's alright, it's taken up pretty much most of my gaming table space, but you know, I couldn't fit the longest day on this table anymore. Alright, I'd play that probably using Vassal, and I'd probably play this on Vassal as well. But it doesn't take too long to play. Solo explaining and using the camera, yes, that will add to the time, but overall it's not a massive table hog, it's not a massive time hog, plays well solo, has a definite feel of the campaign, keeping me entertained. What more can you ask from a game? It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. If you've got it and you've got an opponent, definitely get it off the shelf and play. If you haven't got an opponent, give it a whiz anyway. It's definitely worthwhile. Anyway, onwards and upwards. June the 8th to do. And until next time, as always, hit the like button if you've enjoyed what you've seen. Please do. It really does help the channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I know I keep repeating this, but again, it all helps the channel, making me my profile higher. It attracts other gamers to watch me. So, like, subscribe, do the little belly thing if you want indicators that I've done the videos. But until next time, oh, and comments. Yes, I always enjoy a good comment. Polite, but I will always respond. But yes, until next time, thank you for watching. Bye, Internet.